Welcome to Uncommon Sense, where we do our best to make it common again. I'm your host, Adrian Ahlquist, and today I'm joined by my dad, Dale Ahlquist. How are you?
The better for your asking. Thank you, Adrian.
We have an important announcement today. Our 40th Annual Chesterton Conference is happening this summer, and registration has officially opened. The conference is taking place on July 29th to August 1st, which is the Thursday to a Saturday, and it'll be at the Sheraton Lyle Naperville Hotel in Illinois. And the theme is the Laughing Prophet, finding hope and joy in this crazy world. And you can go to chesterton.org/conference to register. I have the link in the description on YouTube. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about other conferences as well. So right off the bat, why is the theme called the Laughing Prophet?
We're just going to start with that as the first question.
Why not?
I thought when you said it was an important announcement, we'd say it's the 40th. It's the 40th conference. That's important. And it's also that we're going to have a conference. We didn't have one last year that was
true.
live. That's important.
Yes.
But what was the question?
Why is the theme called the Laughing Prophet?
Because that was going to be the theme at last year's conference. That's one of the reasons. It's not a good reason, but it is one of the reasons. But a
pesky virus got in the way.
Yeah, a pesky virus. But it's the name of a book that was written about Chesterton, and that's where we borrowed the title. It's a biography of Chesterton, one of the first books written about him after his death by Emile Camert, a Belgian writer who was a friend of Chesterton's. But that's only where we got the title from, and we will provide a copy of that book to everybody who registers for the conference. We'll give you an ebook so you can read that book.
Great
and
stuff. I'll have that link to the ebook in the description on YouTube as well.
But that's still not why we named it that. Because it's such a good description of Chesterton and of what we need. We need a prophet. We need someone who will tell us what's going on, as a prophet does, who really has a divine angle on things, as a prophet does. But we want to point out that prophets are not just doom and gloom and the world's coming to an end. They give us joy. They give us hope. And G.K. Chesterton epitomizes a laughing prophet. He makes us laugh. And that's one of the main things you do at a Chesterton conference is laugh.
That is true. And Chesterton did predict some things that were bad and not great for humanity, but that it didn't get him down, did it?
Not at all. Chesterton says we are not entitled to despair. And we've talked before about hope means hoping when things are hopeless, but it's really easy to get so discouraged and pessimistic and depressed about everything that's been going on in the world the last year and in even more recent weeks and months. And that's exactly what we don't need right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why our subtitle is The Finding Hope and Joy in This Crazy World. That is part of our mission, is to renew the world through Christian joy and common sense, which is partly the inspiration for this podcast.
In fact, those two actually go together. Common sense will be a source of joy because it's reassuring, it's solid, it's what you need when you're running out of good ideas, because people forget about common sense. That's why we are in the mess we are in, because we have forgotten common sense.
Yes, exactly. I do want to mention that we have limited attendance at this conference, as you would suspect. Right now, it might be changing, but right now we only have 250 attendees that we can have. And so I would encourage you to sign up as soon as you can. I mean, go to chesterton.org/conference to register. And but let's keep talking. So what can someone expect at one of these Chesterton conferences if you don't know?
Yeah, we already mentioned the laughter. There's great joy. It's a lot of fun to be at one of these conferences. I've been attending them for a long time, but I will say it's also a combination of really intellectual stimulation. People will hear great ideas bumping into each other, and you have wonderful, eloquent speakers, people who quote Chesterton, but also just apply Chesterton's great ideas and insights to exactly what's going on right now. And then I have to say it's truly a time of spiritual enrichment at all. We have a group of people coming together who really are seeking divine help and who are bringing a divine presence with them. These are people who love God and know that that's where our hope lies. And if we forget that, well, then we may as well throw in the towel. But it's a gathering of believers But, we also welcome the skeptics.
Yeah, exactly. It's a time for intellectual edification and spiritual edification. That's why the society is concerned with education as well as evangelization. And a third one, which is Catholic social teaching, we'll probably be hearing about that too. We'll probably be hearing about some localism.
Yeah, we probably will.
Some people might call it distributism, but
there will be people coming who are angry about changing the name to localism, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them. But I have to say, we will be talking about education a lot at the conference, because that's the most growing part of our apostolate, and the most important need right now in our society is to have good schools and form our children well when we're seeing the fruits of people who have not been formed well, not able to think, not able to combine faith and reason.
Yeah.
And so our schools will be certainly featured. Some of the speakers will be our outstanding headmasters from some of these schools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's also these things called afterglows, which I want to mention for people who are still a little bit on the fence. And afterglows are after the talks at the end of the night. It's a good opportunity for everyone to get together and socialize. And that's what we need right now. I mean, that's why this event is so important. It's our most important event, because fellow Chestertonians can get together and socialize.
And we will actually have people socializing, getting together, humans in the same place. And it will be almost like normal. It'll be so wonderful. We say there's a limit of 250. That's 250 more than could gather last year, if you think about that. That's an astonishing thing to think about. But we certainly believe that as the summer approaches, we can expand on that number, 250. But it'll be a wonderful gathering. We're also hoping to make it available through Zoom for those who can't attend.
Exactly. Yeah, you can sign up virtually as well, and you can go to chesterton.org/conference for more of that information.
And of course, we all know how great it is just to see us on the screen, but it's better to be in the same room with us. You'll see how handsome Adrian is in real life, and he's not just a product of techno-macho design on the screen.
Awesome.
One other thing I should add, too, there are people who have attended conferences before. They know what a conference is like. They're going to be able to expect the same things that they've seen in previous conferences, but we want to see some new faces. We want people to come who've never been to a conference before, because it is a truly wonderful, even life-changing experience. We have people whose lives are turned around by the experience they have at a Chesterton conference.
Yeah. You don't have to be an uber fan of Chesterton, because Chesterton talks about everything, so everything will be relevant.
So we accept the novice and the grizzled, crusty veteran, all of them, the whole gamut, young people, old people. It's a wonderful mix.
Yep, exactly. Did you have anything else to say? Otherwise, we can wrap up.
Well, I think I already said the other thing I had to say, so
okay.
We can wrap up.
Yeah. All right, we have a shorter one today, but I do encourage you, again, go to chesterton.org/conference. And thank you for all your support. And until next time, help us to make uncommon sense more common.